everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to do my top 10 of 2004. I almost forgot that this video usually goes up on a Sunday and I nearly uploaded something else and I was like, oh wait, top 10 2004? But I already had my list prepared, so all is good. And I kind of cheated on this one. So, you'll have to forgive me. Obviously I've been doing these every Sunday for the past few weeks, so make sure to check those others out. But today we have our honourable mention of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. With there being so many Harry Potter films, they would always take a place on the list, so I thought, bar the first one, I'll just do honourable mentions. So yeah, of course, this is a fantastic movie. It's actually one of my favourite Harry Potter films. I really love this one. There's just a lot of characters that are introduced that I really love, and I just really enjoy the story of this one. It's definitely one of my favourites. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And then we go into my list. Now, there's some movies that are on this list that I love. This was a hard list to do. Top 10 2004 was tricky. And I actually have 11 because I didn't know what to replace. I don't know, it was hard. I didn't know what to do. So, we have 13 going on 30. This is one of my absolute favourite movies. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I grew up watching this. I was completely obsessed with it. And I still love it to this day. I watch it multiple times. And like each year, and I just completely love it. It's just such a great feel-good movie, and it's just the best. I absolutely love this film. Okay, next we have The Terminal, which just really has a soft spot for me. After mentioning it in another video when I talked about Catch Me If You Can, I felt like it just had to make the list because it's such a great Tom Hanks film, but I also think it's a very underrated Tom Hanks film, like, in comparison to all of his films. I feel like this one doesn't get talked about enough, so it had to be on the list because it's great. It's about this man who gets stuck in an airport and he kind of starts living in the airport. It's so good. I feel like I'd watch this at any opportunity. If it was on the TV, I would just watch it. I'd be like, yes, watch The Terminal. There was never a time when I'd be like, no, I don't fancy watching that. I would always fancy watching this. The next one on my list is A Series of Unfortunate Events. Now, the reason I really want to put this one on the list is because I used to love this film. I grew up watching this one. I loved it. I'd read some of the books. I really liked this film though. It combines the first 3 books into one and then kind of ends in a weird way, but I still really, really liked it. And I really liked the children in this who played Violet, Klaus and Sunny. I thought they were really good, the actor and actresses who played them. And obviously we've got Jim Carrey in this one as Count Olaf. And then Netflix did a Netflix original of Series of Unfortunate Events last year, I think, yeah. And I really didn't enjoy that. I watched a couple of episodes and I was like, I'm not sure, and I definitely prefer the film, so I definitely would recommend the film. I mean, it's not the best, but it just has a soft spot for me, and I always really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's A Series of Unfortunate Events. I feel like maybe that's the one that could have been switched out, but I really liked it, so I was like, Then next we have The Butterfly Effect. I loved this movie when I first watched it years and years ago. I thought it was so good and so clever, and then I watched it multiple times, and each time you kind of gain a little bit more, and it's kind of always one of the films that is referenced. I don't know if you have the same thing. I'm always like, oh yeah, like in The Butterfly Effect, and it's just quite a referenced film, I find. And it's an Ashton Kutcher film that I think is very different than a lot of his other films, because it's definitely got more of a serious tone, and I just really think it's a really great film. So yeah, it's The Butterfly Effect. Next we have $1 Million Baby. This is a great movie. It's a boxing movie and it's a sports movie with a female lead, which I really, really love. We have, oh my god, Hilary Swank. I nearly forgot her name, but I didn't. Yeah, Hilary Swank is in this and she's so fantastic, and you guys know I love sports movies and kind of boxing movies and those type of inspirational movies. So this is a fantastic one. I'd definitely recommend that. Next we have A Cinderella Story. Again, this is another one that I grew up with. This is such a classic for me and I loved this, and I thought Hilary Duff was amazing and I watched loads of her movies, but this is definitely one of my favourites. I loved the soundtrack, it was just great, and it's just a modern retake on the Cinderella story, obviously, and I feel like they've tried to do this since and it's never been as good as this one. This one was great. They didn't need to do any more. So yeah, maybe again, that's one that could have been shaken out by the other one, but still, I loved it, so it had to be on the list. Then we have Pixar's The Incredibles. This is absolutely one of my favourite Pixar movies, so definitely has to go on this list. I think The Incredibles is brilliant. They're such a fun family. Like, I want to be part of The Incredibles. I cannot wait for The Incredibles 2. I recently did a video on upcoming Disney movies and I talked about The Incredibles 2 in that video, and I'm just super, super excited for it, and I really, really love The Incredibles. So yeah. Then next we have Mean Girls. I feel like Mean Girls is such a classic movie. And I couldn't believe it came out in 2004. I felt like it, you know, came out later than that. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Again, Mean Girls is very quotable, very referenced in just general life, and I just think it's lived up well. Like, it stood the time, and it's one of those kind of high school movies that I think people will continue to watch this. It's one of those kind of like 10 Things I Hate About You. Everyone still really likes that, and I feel like Mean Girls is of this time's high school movie. So yeah. Then we have The Notebook, which I just love. I really like Nicholas Sparks movies for the most part. The Notebook isn't actually my favourite. I know it's a lot of people's favourites, but there's a few of his that are just only okay. But The Notebook is definitely fantastic. We've got Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, and they're brilliant. It's just such a cute, sweet story that I'm sure everybody has heard of or seen, and it was kind of like the movie for like quite a few years. Like, everyone was like, oh, it's such a sad movie and such a kind of like romantic movie. I felt like it had kind of held a big place for like quite a few years, but now it's kind of died off a bit. But there was quite a lot of hype around it, and it is a really cute movie that I really love. So yeah, The Notebook. And finally, we have the movie that is last on the list, and this is, I was looking through like a list and adding ones to, and then like switching ones out. And then I had 10, and I was set on that 10, and then I saw this one. I was like, oh my gosh, this came out in 2004, and I love it. It's one of my favourite movies, so I was like, I have to put that on the list, but what do I take off? I was like, I don't know, I don't want to take anything off, so I didn't. I just put this one on the list anyway. So this is Shall We Dance, and I love this. It's Richard Gere and Susan Sarandon, and they're so cute. They're a married couple, and it's just such a cute story, and you think that the film was going to ruin it by doing something stupid, and it doesn't, and it brings it back, and it's so cute, and I love it so much. It's got one of my favourite scenes in, and yeah, I definitely recommend Shall We Dance if you haven't seen it. But I love all these movies on this list. I definitely would recommend them all. If you haven't seen anything on this list, definitely recommend you check it out. Now, there were a lot of other movies from 2004 that I really loved as well and had to kind of switch out. So yeah, it was a tough one to make this list, but comment down below on your top 10 of 2004, and it's been really great getting some movie recommendations of films that I haven't seen, as I've been writing them down, like some of your top movies that I haven't seen yet. Thumbs up if you enjoy this, and make sure to tune in next Sunday for Top 10 2005. I'll see you then, goodbye!